Next speaker, please.
Yes, my name is Rochelle Becker, and I'm the Executive Director of Alliance for Nuclear Responsibility. Excuse me. And a few points were raised today that I'd like to follow up on. And I thank you for asking the questions. One of them was the seismic issue. What is going to happen tomorrow? The independent peer review group for San Onofre meets, and the independent peer review panel for Diablo Canyon meets at the PUC in San Francisco. We know they're going to scale down, but we also know that we know a lot more about Diablo Canyon. We also know it's more seismically active, and we need to know more. But we don't know as much about San Onofre, and the waste is going to remain there, and it's going to remain in pools for quite a few years. We can't count on Mother Nature waiting for us to finish these studies. So we need to make sure that we funded them, make sure that they're completed. So the seismic issue is still very important to the people who live by both of these nuclear power plants. Secondly, the light bulb issue. I was the president of TURN when the light bulb issue began during the energy crisis. I lived in San Diego. I have two homes, one downwind of both nuclear power plants. So I was in my San Diego home more often at that time. And I went to these light bulb exchanges that Edison and SDG&E did. And I saw the same people at most of them. So you had a small group of people showing up to get their free light bulb in exchange for their old light bulb. But this did not reach the larger community by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. Also, we were supposed to have energy efficiency tags in front of our appliances. Those lasted for about 3 months. We know that Home Depot and Lowe's were incentivized to make sure that we understood when we were buying something what the power use was. Those tags disappeared after about 2 months, and now when I go into either one of those places, I say, where are your tags? But I don't think that I am the efficiency police. I think that the PUC and the Energy Commission and the ISO should be on top of this, not the public who really cares. It did not work. And as for alerting people when you want them to power down, doing it by television and radio is a really arcane means of reaching out to the public. I get a text when my Southwest plane is going to be late. I get a text for all kinds of things. There's no reason we can't text the general public and say, power down right now, we're about to lose our power in San Diego County. Easy to do. Everybody has this capability. Why doesn't the state of California have the capability? We could even do reverse 911s. We could reach out to the public. We are not doing so, and that is at the disadvantage to all of us. Also, planning. The Energy Commission has asked for years that the utilities put forward a plan of what would happen if we lose these nuclear power plants. They have not done so, so now we are sitting in an emergency proceeding trying to figure out what we're going to do, how much it's going to cost, and how fast we can do it. There was no reason for this, and it shouldn't be, again, up to one small group of people to remind you to do your job. But finally, here's an opportunity. It was the federal government who approved the steam generator project for San Onofre, on which the Public Utilities Commission relied and charged ratepayers $670 million for steam generators that worked less than 2 years. It was the federal government, supposedly, that made Edison's decision to retire that plant because of the uncertainty of the federal process. I happen to like the federal process when it comes to looking at things more carefully, but it is the federal government that we rely upon because we have no jurisdiction over safety or security of these nuclear plants. So I believe that the federal government owes the state of California some help here. We are in an emergency situation, especially down in San Diego County. And I think we should be reaching out to our congressional people, reaching out to the president, reaching out to our senators, and saying, what are you going to do to help us out here? Because you didn't allow us to make decisions on our own. We had to rely on you. And when we did, it was very, very costly. Thank you.
Thank you.